What's up guys, it's Sean Curry from Team Duty Destined here, bringing to you another deck profile. This time around, I'm showing you guys a deck that I've been working on since the announcement of BT11 at Nats, and that would be MERVALOOP with the MERVALOOP package. Now, I was going to release this video, but I need to hold off until Nats was over, because this was one of the many decks that, or one of the few decks I'd say, that I was planning on taking to Nats. I ended up taking Blackrock Greymon, but I kind of wish I took this deck instead because it's just so much fun and still has some super explosive power. I think this deck is a really good contender for the Beelzemon Cups. I feel like I'm going to be terrorizing everybody with this deck. Yeah, I don't know if you guys want something to have some sort of inspiration for purple to win those juicy Beelzemon prize cards. I think this deck could be very viable option for you guys. Also for Ultimate Cups, although Werewolf mode is banned, but there are some substitutes that you can play with that. Now I'm going to stop talking and get to the deck profile. Alright, so first off, I'm going to start off with the X. We have the classic 4 Demi-Meramon. Now, Demi-Meramon is just the best filtering in purple in general. It's just the GOAT. Draw one, trash one, now on deletion. Not much else to say about that. Starting off for our rookies, we have 4 of the draw 2, trash 1, on deletion Gabumon. Same thing as Demi-Meramon, is just great filter. Also another purple staple. Now with a new edition of BT11, we have Ignitemon. Ignitemon is such an amazing card for this deck for several reasons. So it's when attacking is by deleting one of your other Digimon, delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with a level less than or equal to the deleted Digimon's level. So it's an inherent when attacking Pandemonium Flame. It can really help pop those Digimon that you need to delete while also controlling the board. So that'll definitely come into play at certain points in the game when you just need to pop your guys. And also the inheritable is so good for this deck. All turns, once per turn, when you play a Digimon by an effect, gain 1 memory. Now that's very important with the combo because you get to extend your plays sometimes using just that 1 extra memory. Purple can utilize 1 memory so well. And yeah, now finishing us off, we have 2 Cyclone. Now this used to be 1 Cyclone, 1 Gazi, but honestly, I became more scared of the presence of Blue Flare and Cross. This deck was actually, this was my formulation for 4 Nats, not any other type of format. Now, if you feel like Gazi would be better, like let's say for the Bloom Lord matchup, feel free to switch up this ratio as much as you like, but this deck, a lot of times you're going wide and you don't want to get Death X'd. Also against Cross and Blue Flare, it is just the GOAT. It can completely stop them in their tracks because they can't reduce their play cost. Next up, we have our champion lineup, which starts with the 4 scatter modes, of course, and the 1 Lizardmon. So, now again, not much else to say about this. This has always been a staple of purple. Starting off with the Gabu, Demi-Mera, and Scatter is always, it always just feels like game over at the start. And then Lizardmon in case you need to play out a cheeky body. Next up for our level 4s is the new edition of Dark Lizardmon. Dark Lizardmon is honestly so great in this deck. I love this card. It's kind of like a mini Lizardmon because it's on deletion is draw 1, trash 1. But it also has retaliation. So a lot of the time people will be swinging with their Mega. And let's say they don't have protection, and they give you 2 memory. Oh, it's Digivolve for 2 into Dark Lizardmon, and then all of a sudden their Mega Stack is gone. You're just waiting retaliation. It comes out of nowhere. And it's also good for defense late into the game when you need to do the MERVALOOP play and summon a blocker with retaliation. Now to finish off the level 4s, this is kind of a new addition and also another flex spot. I have the Devimon blocker. Now I didn't have this here before just because it really didn't need it, just because of MERVALOOP's ability to give other cards blocker. But the way that the Cross Heart matchup went before, it was pretty much always an auto win for the Minerva deck. As long as you had Cyclone and Devimon, you literally cannot lose the game. And all you need to do is just have a Minervamon out, and anytime they play a Digimon, even if it has Piercing with Ballista inheritable, you can just keep playing Devimon over and over and over and over again, and they can never end you. And that is just how to completely seal the game against Cross. So again, this was based on Nationals. I was building around Cross. Ultimately, I didn't take this deck, like I said, but you can always switch this out. I was mostly running what is it, Kinkakumon in place of Devimon, except I only ran one Kinkakumon, and then I used Devimon as another flex spot. Kinkakumon was great because you could swing and delete one of your Digimon, or trash card to delete level 3, which would usually be a memory negator. But yeah, no, I just felt like I needed Devimon for the cross matchup. All right, now for the ultimates, we have the 4 Cerberusmon, and then the 3 werewolf modes. Now, this is just a very classic combo. You only need the 3 werewolf modes. You see it too much, to be honest, if you run it at 4. A lot of times you'll be discarding the card anyway, and you usually only need it for like one or two times when you're bringing the Cerberusmon stack out. You hard play werewolf mode to get your draws going, and then you pop off with your plays then. But yeah, I know that with the Ultimate Cup, werewolf mode is banned, which is so depressing. It's honestly so depressing. I wish they didn't do that. But if you guys needed to switch out the dogs combo, which I would probably suggest for the Ultimate Cup, I would say to switch out the dogs combo for Blue Meramon and probably Lady Devimon, or maybe something like Black War Growlmon. But it depends on how you would want to build your megas, of course. But Blue Meramon's good just because it's draw 2, trash 1, and it has the same inheritable as Ignite-mon, so it could combo off. But anyway, I'll let you guys play with those options however you want. That's kind of up to y'all. But I'm gonna continue on with my last level 5, which is Lizardmon Chaos mode. This card is so damn good. A lot of times people do not see the combo potential with Lizardmon Chaos mode, but the sheer fact that you can bring back a level 5 with Minervamon's effect is just so nasty, because a lot of times you can do like a pandem, like in the case against Black War Greymon X antibody, they'll have only 1 layer of protection, so you can do a Pandemonium Flame to delete your Minervamon and then bring this guy back, and then that's essentially a double pop. It's also good against Tamer decks, but it's only a 1-up, so you don't see it too much, but you mill through your deck so much that you usually do see it in the game. Alright, next up we have the bread and butter of the deck. We have our 3 Minervamons. I just love this card. It's great art too. So it's got Retaliation, opponent's turn. When an opponent plays a Digimon, you may play 1 level 4 or lower purple Digimon card from your trash without playing its pay cost. Any on-play effects do not activate, and then on deletion, if your opponent has 2 or less Digimon in play, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card or 1 Mervamon from your trash without paying its play cost. Again, this card is just so good against cards that just hard play things like Cross and let's say like maybe even Blue Flare. All you need to do is, like I said, just have this out. It's also good against Jesmon. Believe it or not, a lot of people think that the matchup is very bad, but it's actually an instant. For me personally, I've never lost that matchup before, because all you need to do is just have a MinervaMon out, and then they play all of their sisters. But when they play all of their sisters, you play all of your Digimon too that have like retaliation or just blocker. Well, like whatever you want them to have. You're essentially playing out as many bodies as they are. So I really have never had an issue with that. But the thing is, you have Death X in your deck, which will come in later. But yeah, no, love MinervaMon. She's a very key piece because she, when you delete her, you can either do the dogs combo or you can bring the Lady of the Hour, the BT11 hour, MERVALOOP out. MERVALOOP is so awesome. Such a great card. When you would play this card, you can also place cards from your trash in the Digivolution cards for a Digicross, and then it's on play or when Digivolving, you may play one purple level 4 lower Digimon card or one level 4 lower Digimon card with cross heart in its traits from your trash without paying the cost. If Digicrossing, add 1 to the number of cards you play with this effect. So essentially, you'll delete your MinervaMon, you'll summon MERVALOOP, you'll cross using Ignite-mon usually, and then because you cross, you get to play an extra Digimon, and you will play out a total of 2 Dark Lizardmons. So just like that, it's going to be 3 bodies on the board with retaliation and blocker and rush, which is absolutely crazy because MERVALOOP gives anything with cross heart or retaliation rush blocker. Yep. So, and for our last mega, we have Lizardmon. Check this out. This is signed by Kenji Watanabe himself. Super sick. But Lizardmon, she's the former queen of looping. When Digivolving, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you may return up to 2 purple option cards from your trash to your hand. And when you use an option card, gain 2 memory. So it's just a great way to keep the loop going. Lizardmon doing exactly what she does, and has been doing all set long. So next up, we have 1 Death Xmon to finish our Digimon off. It's just great for when people have a ton of cool boys, they decide to go wide to try and counteract your MinervaMon. Since it needs 2 or less, people sometimes will try and play out a lot of bodies, and if they do that and they leave themselves open to a Death Xmon, it can be game over from there. On top of that, it can Digivolve for 6 on top of your Megas, so it's very easy to just get to 10 memory and then Digivolve for 6 into Death Xmon if you need to. Alright, so next up we just have our option cards. So I have 1 Calling from Darkness. Calling from Darkness is really awesome. It's only limited to 1, unfortunately, but honestly I probably would only play 1 anyway. It helps you, it deletes your Digimon, then you can return 2 Digimon cards back to your hand. Helps you do the self pop for Minerva while also adding back certain cards you need. Let's see, I'm gonna make some space here. Just gonna do it like this. Okay. Next up, we have our kill spells, which is 1 Deathclaw and 2 Pandemonium Flames. Deathclaw, it's pretty good for it's a good cheap way to control the board and pop your Eismon when you need to, or your Minervas. Pandemonium Flame. I absolutely love this card. It's great against Weregarurumon. If you guys saw the gameplay of that, it can just be an instant win if they just hit this like first check. because insecurity deletes one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So it's a mini sec bomb, which is only for 2, which is kind of crazy. But its main effect is I can delete a Digimon to delete one of my Digimon to delete an opponent's Digimon, unsuspended Digimon with a level less than or equal to the deleted Digimon's level. So again, like I said before, the really good combo against Black or Gray is you have Minerva out, you pop Hand Flame, you pop Minerva, and then you bring back Lucy, and then their stack is dead, and then that's an insta win. There's no way they come back from that, because at that point you bring back Merva, and you just have a crazy wide board. Not much else to say about that. Really good card. And then we have 2 Back for Revenges. I've been playing around with the ratios of this. I started off at 1, and then I was like, holy crap, this card's nuts. I tried it at 3, and that was great too. I ended up deciding to go for 2, just because you see it enough, and you can bring it back with Lilith as well. One combo that I really love to do is, as you've seen in my combo video, if you haven't seen it yet, you have Minerva, and then you back for Revenge, and then you'll pop it with, like, let's say Panflame or Revive from Darkness, and then you'll do whatever effects, and then it comes back, and then you'll usually bring back a MERVALOOP, so then MERVALOOP will bring back will bring back 2 other bodies, and then everything has rush, and it's just absolutely insane. So I'm just gonna get to the next card. Oh, I didn't even explain Back Revenge. Back Revenge is one of your Digimon gains on deletion. Play this card without paying its play cost, or paying its memory cost. Any on play effects don't activate. So essentially, it just comes back onto the field. But for our next options, we have 3 Revive from Darkness. This is from the old school Dog's Loop combo. You will have your Minervamon out, and then you need to have Werewolf and Cerberus in trash. You will play Revive from Darkness for 4. You will pop your Minerva. Revive from Darkness brings back Cerberusmon, and then Minerva brings back Werewolf mode. Werewolf mode pops Cerberusmon, gaining the on deletion, draw 2 trash 1, and then you gain 9 memory. So essentially, you're just playing this for 5 to gain 5 memory if you have the Minervamon out. Right, I'm back. So my camera cut out. So I was just saying that you could do the Minervamon, and then you back Revenge for 2, and then you'll do Revive from Darkness, doing the whole dogs combo. But the beauty of it is that you can use the Back for Revenge to bring back Minerva, and then you'll have another additional body on board with the werewolf. Or on the other hand, which can come up a lot, you can do the, like I said, Back for Revenge for 2, and then you just do Deathclaw for 1. That's only 3 memory, which is very achievable in this deck. You pop something, you'll pop your Minerva. Minerva will come back, but instead of doing the dogs combo, you instead just bring out Merva. So then once you do that, you do the whole Digi crossplay, tucking the Ignitemon underneath, and then you bring back the 2 Dark Lizardmons, excuse me, and then you'll gain a memory with Ignitemon. So effectively, that whole line of play will only be for 2 memory, which is kind of crazy because you start off with 1 body, and then you end up with 4, which is just so absurd. And they all have, these 3 have Rush, Retaliation. This one has Blocker. Well, they all have blockers, but this one doesn't have Retaliation. And it can just get really, really funky. And then against Black or Greymon X Antibody, you can play around their redirect by swinging with the smaller DPs first, because it redirects the highest DP. And then if you swing with Minerva first, if you hit a Hades Force, then boom, that's another MERVALOOP, and then you could potentially spawn more bites. It just gets wild. But anyway, that's like some of the crazy combos that you can do. But to finish off the deck, I got two Jack Raids. In case you need to gain those extra memories, it's just such a great utility. And then you can add it back with Lilith, like I said. And yeah, it's just the memory gain on memory gain. Last but not least, we have the consistency cards, which is purple memory boost and 3 analog use. Now, for the upcoming Beelzemon Cup and Ultimate Cup, if you can't run analog use, I believe, because it needs to be only one color, so you can just do like 4 purple mem boosts. Or if you really want to have the trash, then you can do what's it called? Miss memory boost instead. But these cards are really just here for consistency and to start seeing your pieces when you need them. Anyways, that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I love this deck, and if you guys try it out and practice it enough, I know you guys will love it too.
Alright, so here we have another variation of the deck. This is going to be more Ultimate Cup focused. Since Werewolf is banned, you can't be doing the Dogs combo with Minerva, so you have to resort to a different way of playing the deck through Lilithmon. Rookies are basically the same. There are more Gazis, because Bloomlord does utilize a lot of memory gain to Cyclone, just so that to counter Blue Flare. And then we took out the Devimon blockers and put in King Kakumon. Since Cross isn't really going to be a thing, King Kakumon will have more value in my opinion. And instead of the Dogs combo, we have 4 Blueberrymon. This is the Retaliation, and then when Digivolving, draw 2 trash 2, and then all turns when you play a Digimon by an effect, gain 1 memory. So essentially it's going to help you reduce the amount of memory that you have to pay in order to pop off with Merva. Now, like I said, the dogs are gone, so you have to choose between certain level 5s. And those level 5s I've decided are either going to be Skullmeramon, Lady Devimon, or Orokimon. Lady Devimon, she's a classic, draw 2, trash 2, and then you get to delete a level 3 when you use an option, so that helps with wide boards like Bloom. Skullmeramon is great just for hard dropping in case you brick, but that'll probably be unlikely with the mulligan rule. But anyway, it's a fast way to digivolve because it's only a two to digivolve. And then Orokimon is great to continue your cycle of draws. And then also its inheritable is when attacking once per turn, you may trash 1 card in your hand to gain 1 memory. So simultaneously filling up your trash while letting you get an extra play. So let's say you have something like Lilithmon or Minerva underneath. It can be kind of a filler to Blueberamon's inheritable there, letting you gain memory, extra memory in your turn, so you could potentially just keep this in raising, digivolve into your Minerva, and then when it's your turn to pop off, you bring it out, swing with Minerva, and it doesn't matter if it dies, because you can bring out Mervamon, or, and then either way, you'll get the when attacking effect anyway. If it lives, that's cool, but you'll get the memory no matter what, and then I'll let you play your Mervamon for I guess for a reduced cost in a sense, just because you're gaining the memory, and because this is a more hard play Merva focus instead of like deleting yourself with revive from darkness like in the previous build. Merva now goes at 3 since it is more of the main focus, and Lilith is at 2, and we have 4 Jack Raid to supplement your plays. It's pretty good turn would be to do something like let's say you have Lilith out, you Jack Raid, and then you can just hard drop your Merva, and then ideally you'll have the Ignite-mon and either the Oroki that memory that you gained or the Blueberrymon, and you're going to be playing that Mervamon for very, very cheap. Options, it's pretty much not that different from the other deck. 1 Calling from Darkness, limited, so you only play 1. one Pandemonium Flame instead of two, because you're not really playing the popping Minerva in this sense, just because Bloomlord is such a problem. But your other kill spell would be two Deathclaws this time. I feel like three kill spells in these types of deck is just essential, just so that you can ensure that you pop the memory tamer or the memory negators, just like Ghazi, your Terra, your Mons, your Madoki Betamons. Um, the new addition would be Deathslinger. Deathslinger, when this card is trashed from your deck, gain a memory and delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards in your trash, add 1 to the maximum level. So you could play this for potentially just 2. And you usually get to 10 cards no problem. Heck, even 20 cards. So you can delete level 6 for 2 if you have a Lizardmon out, which is really, really good. We have 4 Purple Memory Boost because you can't play Analog Youth in this, and Purple Memory Boost is just a great consistency card. And then we have a 1 of Matt Ishida, lets you pick up a Purple Digimon or Purple Option card from trash. It's great as a 1 of, honestly. Previous loop decks would always run this Matt Ishida at 1, and I feel like it would still be good in this scenario. Anyway, I hope you liked this alternative version for the Ultimate Cup format. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.